This is the Cool Photo Tools Podcast, episode number 63, April 18th, 2016.
Are you sick of trying to learn all the new photo software? Are you tired of hearing about the next big thing in photography? Well, neither are we. Welcome to Cool Photo Tools with Jay Biersdorf and Rhonda Spencer.
Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/coolphototools. Good morning and welcome back on this beautiful April day. Rhonda Spencer right here in the studio, sitting over there.
Here I am.
Directing me, driving me from the back seat, telling me, switch the controller, switch the screen. For our video versions, those of you that haven't caught us on YouTube yet, each one of these audio podcasts has a YouTube equivalent.
It does.
And sometimes Rhonda demonstrates things on her computer and then forgets to describe them to our audio audience. So she's like, oh, and look, and this little thing, point this over here.
Did you see this?
And point this little thing over there.
Look.
And look at that. Just put your eye right up to the speaker. We'll try to be better about that.
Yeah, sorry.
But you can always come home and check out the YouTube. What were those two talking about? I don't know what the heck that was.
Yeah.
So this stuff.
Well, it's always better if you look at it anyway. If you're seeing something.
Well, but you got, sometimes you have to, you're working out at the gym, you're mowing the yard. There's things you only can do the audio only podcast.
No.
There's things, I'm telling you, there are people that
there
do
are
that.
people, but you're not going to find me at the gym.
Okay.
If I'm going to be trekking around, it's going to be with a heavy camera bag on my back.
And could be just, taking your camera and walking around and have your smartphone, put your earbuds in there, and you're just listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast while you're taking these awesome pictures.
That's right.
Just for experience and inspiration. That'd be my thought on this. So I'm going to start this week because you started last week.
Okay.
So it's my turn. All right.
Okay.
So this is from our friends at DP Review. They put this little article on here about the one of the newish Canon cameras. And this is the EOS 80D. And this one originally was like, it's the 70D with a new name tag and not much else. So it wasn't really received all that happily by a lot of the community. But here we discover that there's actually something a little more interesting in it besides just the fact that it's got a new name tag on it. They have drastically improved the ISO. So it's a much better and lower light shooting camera. And we'll link to this in the show notes. You can check out the DP Review article. They go into it quite a bit. And they have some really great little things that you can compare cameras. Like you can see how they've got there. You can move these things around. And I'm showing on the screen here. And you can actually select, how does this camera compare to the 50D Mark II? Or how does it compare to the Sony A6300? And they've got actual photographs of their test wall, so you can see all these different things. You can just compare camera to camera. They're very slick. So if you don't own the 70D already, or you're looking for one that improves your low light performance, then the Canon 80D DSLR maybe the thing that you want to go for.
What was the other Canon camera that just recently came out that everybody was giving a thumbs down? There was another one that just recently came out that I read that everybody's like, bah, this is a bad camera. And it was like the new Digital Rebel.
I don't know.
What is the new Rebel?
I don't know. You got me on that one. But I'll bet you could figure it out if you looked at this comparison on DP Review. I'll bet you could quickly discover what cameras are superior, assuming that you're in the market for one of these. It's very simple. You just click on, what camera you want to compare to. Then you select the ISO you want to see it at, and it lets you just compare. Really slick. It's a very useful tool. That's at dpreview.com. We'll link to that in the show notes. All right, Rhonda, back to you.
Okay, I think it was the Rebel 6 that just came out. That
It
everybody's
wasn't
saying.
improved enough. Everybody was not.
Everybody
like,
said that it was just, yeah, it was a bomb and it was worse than the last Rebel.
oh, that wouldn't be good.
No, that isn't good.
All
That
right.
isn't
Well, you can send your hate mail to Rhonda Spencer.
good. Hey, I'm a Canon lover. I'm just kind of disappointed that Canon's
Well,
not doing their thing right now.
yeah, there's been people unhappy with all the different photography manufacturers at some
know.
level. They're like, oh, you should be making this. Why don't you make that? Why didn't you add this feature?
I
Where's
know.
this? Why, I need a new camera. Why don't you make a new one? You know, you can't make anybody happy. You know, everybody's got some little complaint that they're. And speaking of people that you can't make happy, did you see this about Britney Spears?
No, what? What's wrong
Her
with
fans,
Britney?
her fans have revolted against, not all of them, just, let me show you here. You see this picture of her? Okay. Now she's working on her fitness, right? She's trying to get her
Yeah.
body back
Well,
into shape. She's trying to look young again, as
there's
we
a
all
problem.
are. And okay, and so this, if you're looking at this picture of her, she's laying on the edge of the pool. She's laying, it looks like, on the concrete on the side there, and she's in a bikini, and she looks very thin. You know, she's
I see a problem right off.
and what problem are you spotting there, Rhonda?
I'm spotting that there is decking that she's laying on, but all of a sudden it fell off underneath the small of her back.
Okay, so where she's laying flat on this decking with her arms under her head, and so the curve of her back, she's getting very fit here. So the curve of her back, this is, and I think this just may an optical illusion here. I don't know that there's really. I'm going to zoom in on this so you can see better here. And so what we're doing here is we're looking at Britney's picture that she posted herself, and she said she's just chilling out in the sun, getting a tan. And Britney, I hope you're wearing sunscreen because you're trying to get into shape and looking good here, but the sun can be really damaging to your skin. All right. Anyway, so what we're looking at is this little area in the small of her back here, and you can go to our website and click on this link.
Work.
And it's a different color than the decking above her head and where her feet are.
Yeah, it's missing.
So people have said,
That's
Photoshop. That you Photoshopped this, that your bag doesn't look like that. And didn't you Photoshop water in the curve of your back there? So that should be decking
That should have been
and not
decking.
water. But it's not the right color for
No,
water. I
it's
think what
not.
it is, it is a towel or a mat, that's laying under here. See what this under her.
Zoom up on that. Can you zoom on that picture?
I'm getting, it's not real high resolution, but
No,
I'll
but
try to zoom in a little more here for you here.
Go back.
Look at it on the big screen up there. Maybe
I
it'll help you.
am.
Okay, I don't know that it's enough resolution to determine it, but I'm going to defend Britney on this one,
All right.
and I'm going to say, look, if you did this with one of the smartphone type retouching, like Lightroom, or there's a bunch of smartphone apps or apps in general, it would be very difficult to, if you use the liquefy filter, then that would be grass in that spot, right? If she
Yeah.
didn't have that small of her back, but how would you get it that color blue? And look, the grass is all masked perfectly here. I think it's a towel under her. I do not think that she has photoshopped this.
Okay. He's
don't think
playing.
so.
I'm going to play devil's advocate because I think he is. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Do you think she photoshopped that?
I think she photoshopped it.
Well, okay, so if you were going to Photoshop it to look like that,
Yeah.
how would you do that? How would you?
You mean if I was?
Let's take the Britney Photoshop challenge.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to have this would be a thing. All the Photoshoppers out there,
Okay, so
if you're going to Photoshop this to make this look better, how would you? And you did that with Liquify or one of those, it wouldn't look like that.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right. I'll
Anyway.
take it. I'll go home, see what I can do, and I'll send it to you. See what you think. I'm just.
Okay, all right. I've done a lot of Photoshop, and I'm just thinking I don't think she did that. In this
I don't think
particular
that
case.
she personally did it either.
Well, no, this came from her.
Are you sure?
Well,
how can you?
It was her Twitter account, I think.
Well, right, but I'm not thinking that. One, I don't think that's her picture. I think it's a picture of her, but I don't think that she necessarily took it. Sorry.
Yeah. You girls are really
I
snarky
know
about
we
this.
are
You're just
snarky
really,
about stuff, but it's like no.
She can't look like that.
Oh, she can look like that, but I think she just did a little extra. It's okay.
Okay, I'm just saying. How would you do that? You can't. Where would you get that blue color? That would be grass in that spot. Anyway, we've probably pounded on this enough.
Maybe she took the blue that's off of the sides. See that? Not the blue of the water. See the
Yeah,
other.
but on your smartphone, how would you do that? You'd have to get this into
You think
Photoshop
that-
to make it look
exactly.
like that. And then why would you do that? Why would you make it a blue color that wasn't anywhere else in the picture?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But anyway, so Britney has responded to this by not responding.
Smart woman.
Yep. So
Less is always
let's
more.
Just
Less is-
like we do here at Cool Photo Tools, ignore the haters.
That's all right.
Ignore the haters.
Do we have haters?
No, we
He
don't.
never told me we had haters.
We don't have any, and Brittany should be subscribing to us now that we know that we are defending her here.
I
at Cool
mean,
Photo
one of our
Tools.
3 people that listen to us hate us. That's
No,
sad.
I just kidding. We don't have any haters. We're not big enough to have haters.
That's
You
true.
know you're there when you have haters.
That's
But
right.
we don't have any, so we're still,
Somebody hate us
still
then.
small time. All right, what's on
Okay.
your list, Rhonda?
I found. Have you heard of this parachute?
I've heard of parachutes,
Well, I know you've heard of parachutes. Have you heard of this company called Parachute? This
and
is
it's
some.
not spelled right.
Well-
All the good URLs are gone, aren't they?
I guess.
This is PARACHUT.co. So is that for the country of Colorado?
No, but listen to this. It is kind of like Netflix or anything that. Okay, let me go down. I'll try to explain what this is.
We're looking at
This-
Rhonda's computer as she's scrolling
That's
the
right.
parachute.co website.
Okay, this is unlimited gear, unlimited swaps, no contracts, no shipping. First month is $99. I think after that it goes to $149. So how it works? You complete your profile.
What is this?
This is where you just swap gear all the time. So say I want to have a new lens that I haven't ever had before, and I'm under contract with them, and I order the lens. Receive the targeted educational tools, how you want to use your gear, keep the gear as long as you want, send it back with our prepaid shipping label, and try something new. No hassles.
Well, this is interesting.
I thought it was very interesting.
Has anybody actually tried this yet?
It's a
Do they
new-
have a limit on what you can get?
I think you have one thing and you send it back in and you get
You
another.
only have one thing.
Yep.
Well, because it's kind of worrying because some of the pictures that they're showing there, these are quite old. I think that's a Minolta SRT101. That's a very old
Yeah,
camera.
that is, yes.
And
But-
that's an even older one on the front there. So
You know.
and hopefully they have newer stuff than that because I'm really not.
I just thought that this
Interested.
was a very. I know. So all right, let's look at gear.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's see what you
see
can
what-
get for
let's see.
$99 a month.
That's
So
your
you're-
first.
you're-
It goes
you're
to
renting.
$149.
Oh, it goes to
So
$149.
you've got DSLRs. You've got mirrorless.
Yeah.
Look,
And that was a very old Polaroid. A Mamiya C330. I think you could buy one of those for $50. And okay, I don't know. I'm not feeling this.
all right. Let's go to their DSLRs.
Anybody else out there
They've got
tried this?
that's a new ADD.
Attention deficit disorder. Well, yeah, I see they have. It looks, we're looking at some new stuff on here,
Yeah.
but there are also some vintage stuff.
There
on
is
there
some.
as
Well, you've got some people that come on that are vintage shooters. That,
No, nobody's
there
a vintage.
is.
You're kidding me.
There
Have you checked what it
is.
costs to have film developed lately?
I know, but
Why would you do that?
There are people that still do it.
Mhm.
So
One born every minute.
there is. So anyway, I thought that was very.
Well, that's interesting, but I don't know. Are you going to subscribe to this? No, you don't do subscriptions.
There's some things I might subscribe to.
Oh, now see, and there are some. I will never own a Super Zoom, and I don't do subscriptions. And like,
Oh,
who's
all
ordered a
right, all
Super
right.
Zoom?
So-
Somebody ordered a Super Zoom just last week.
We're just talking about that it's plain old Adobe that
So
miffed me.
It's just you're
It's
just angry with Adobe.
I'm
it's
just
not anybody
angry
else.
with Adobe. Exactly.
Okay. All right, Adobe, there you go.
So there you go. Anyway, I saw this and I thought this was very, very interesting.
All right.
You know,
Okay. That's
especially
parachute.
for people who like to swap gear all the time.
I can see the intrigue on this. I'm just not sure what I think. I'll have to think about it. Let me sleep on it, and I'll let you know what I think.
right.
I don't know what I think.
All right.
I could see, gear acquisition syndrome. Would be.
Well, it's kind of like the next step to rentlens.com.
Yeah, kind of. Except we'll have to look at it closer. Anyway, everybody take a look at this. Drop us a line. give us your opinion on this, or just
See what you
post down in
think.
our comments, and we'll see what everybody thinks about. I hadn't heard of this before. So
I know, it's new.
It's kind of interesting.
See, I got something up on him, and he's never heard it before.
Yeah. Well, you know what I've got here is I've got, speaking of all the good URLs are gone, this is BeFunky. BeFunky.com. BeFunky.com.
BeFunky.
BeFunky.com. And actually, it is a photo site. And one of the things that they just introduced is they've been working on this, a Collage Maker. So if you want to take your images and make them into a collage, these are some sample images here. This would be like, you can put them together in a lot of different ways. You can pick different layouts if you want to do what we used to call gang printing, where you'd
Print
take
a gang?
8x10 sheet of paper, and you could put, 5 wallets and a 5x7 and a 4x5 all on the same sheet. You could do that, but you can do it with different pictures as well. So this is kind of interesting to take a look at. So, and they do have a subscription model if you want to get some of their more advanced features. So Collage Maker at befunky.com. Rhonda.
Okay, so I'm going back to talking about the ON1 Effects 10 that's free right now.
Didn't we talk about this
We did.
a couple of months ago
We did.
or a
We
couple
did.
of weeks ago?
But the thing that interested me is that I downloaded the 10 version, and they emailed me saying that, we've got some new presets that you can now install, landscape presets that you can install into this free software. I thought it was very interesting that they are upgrading their free software for you to use.
They just want you to get all excited about this, and then you'll buy the whole version.
Well,
I
they
see
do.
their game. I know
do
their little
too,
trick
but
here.
for free, it's like, okay, keep enticing me, keep sending me free stuff.
Yeah, maybe it'll be like Nick, and they'll just finally just give up and give it away.
Yeah, there you go. But like I said,
I don't think so. I think Google has a lot more money than the ON1 folks
probably.
do.
But it's actually decent software for free.
Okay, so if you haven't downloaded the ON1 Effects 10 free version, then we will link to that in the show notes from ON1 Software.
And you should. We're just going to fill your computer up with free software.
Yeah, that could happen. So they make a whole suite of photographic effects. And,
They do.
And these are one of the companies that started as a Photoshop and Lightroom plugin, but now their new version stands alone. So
Which I like. I do like programs that stand alone. I like having them as plugins, but I do like versions that stand alone.
yeah, then you don't have to be tied to the to Adobe's whatever they're doing, which I can see, and I would do that too.
Yep.
As an independent plugin developer, I would want to stand alone. I'm up with that.
Yeah, you're a standalone type guy there.
That's sometimes I stand alone out in the rain.
Yeah, there you go.
So here's what I've got coming up next. I was looking for a solution, and I don't know if you noticed this, but we have a lot of cables that run around the studio here.
That's very true. He does.
It looks like an explosion in a spaghetti licorice factory.
It does.
There's just cables all around the cameras and the switchers and all
You have
this
to be
gear
careful.
and the
Yeah, you could-
computers and just you can't hardly take a step without
That's
stepping
true.
on a cable. Anyway, so what to do with these cables? When we're cleaning up the studio, you want to pack them up, put them away, or maybe you want to take them somewhere, but you want to travel to another location with those cables. And so I'm like, you can put them in a suitcase or a duffel bag or whatnot, but then it's kind of like, well, you don't. It's nice if they're organized by type. Maybe the HDMI cables get one bag, and the USB cables get another bag, or all the cables, the PC cords for the flash units and the power cords. And you could sort these out and make it a lot easier, or these cables go with this unit. There's a bunch of variations on this. So here's the solution that I found. And I'm quite happy with these. And this is, we can get these from Amazon. And this
You
is...
get everything from Amazon.
well, yes, you can, actually. And this is eBags Large Packing Cubes.
Oh.
And they come in a set of, I think, 4 of them? 3 or 4, depending on the size you get.
Hey, we got clothes going on there.
Yeah. Well, because they're designed for clothes.
Oh.
These packing cubes are designed to go in your luggage. So you can put your tidy whites in a separate bag away from your socks, and stuff that you need to pack. And they have a mesh on one. So they got a zippered pouch, and then they have a mesh side so you can see what's in them. I mean, I've tried Ziploc bags and stuff too, and Ziploc bags work for a while and they fall apart.
Yeah.
And so these are, and they come in all different colors, so you could color code them to whatever you wanted.
So those of you that like to stay organized, it's the perfect thing.
Yeah, and in fact, I have one, right here that I can show you. I decided to get black for my first one because it looks, like professional. And there's some cables in here. And there's a zipper, that you can unzip this little pouch, and I find it's quite handy, for cables. I thought I'd share that.
There it is.
Okay.
Sock puppet. It looks like a sock puppet.
Now you can use them for a sock puppet too if you didn't mind that everything looked square.
Sorry.
I make different sizes, so you can buy them in assortments or whatever. Anyway, the eBags large packing cubes is the ones that I have come up with for my cables. Rhonda.
Hey, hi. I'm back over here again. Okay, so, Rhonda's I tend to think more and more I must be the software queen. I'm always looking at new software. And this is, have you heard of Smart Photo Editor, Jay?
I've heard of smartphones.
No, Smart Photo Editor.
Smart Photo Editor. Now.
Okay, so.
I'm looking at it on your screen now.
Yep, you're looking at it on my screen.
Is this a downloadable or is this a website?
This is a download.
Okay.
This is a download. This isn't on the website. This is my actual program that I've got
Is this kind of a Photoshop wannabe thing?
Kind of, but in its own little version. So let's do this. Let's hit begin on this, because the best way to show what this can do is to show what it does. Okay, so we've got kind of just a generic.
That's a Golden Gate Bridge. I recognize it.
It is. So we're going to change the sky on this. So we're going to hit select area. And it gives you different things that if you want to select. So if you wanted to select skin, water, we're going to select the sky.
So this is kind of a menu-driven Photoshop.
It is.
It's kind of what do you want to do?
So we want to stop the tutorial. So let's go ahead. So we're going to choose the sky. So this is the selection.
You make a selection
and
just
this
like
is
you would
the
in
erase.
Photoshop.
Right. So, but watch the selection on this. So I'm telling it sky. So do you see what it's doing? It's pretty much picking.
It's auto masking.
Yeah,
so
it's auto masking.
As you drag the little cursor through the sky,
right,
it is not selecting the mountains because it says those aren't part of the sky.
Those aren't part of the sky. So that's so okay. Now I've kind of just generally selected that. So let's go up, and I'm going to hit.
So now it's going to autofill the rest of the sky. So you didn't have to do the whole sky.
Right.
You didn't have to drag it.
Didn't have to.
You just had to drag it around the mountains, and everything above these mountains is sky.
Okay, so I hit a few places here that I want to bring back. So I'm going to bring those back in. All right? So now I brought it back in. Okay.
Yep.
So now we are going to confirm and browse the selections.
So this would be pretty good for people that maybe you're new to Photoshop or Photoshop photo editing type programs.
And say you just want to freaking play. All right, now here is a lot of the different selections that you can put. All right, we're not talking a few selections. We're talking.
So you're seeing thumbnails.
You are seeing thumbnails
of different skies. The skies not necessarily that you have, but they're built into the program.
But they're built into the program.
So you could add skies.
So you could add any type of sky you wanted.
Sunset skies, or clouds, or nighttime, or
anything that you want to do with this.
Fallout.
And the interesting thing, this is done by a community. So people are constantly
a community.
Yeah, they are constantly uploading new backgrounds and making this program bigger to be able to do whatever the frick you want to do with it. It's just amazing.
So is this what does this cost?
This is going to really amaze you. $39.
Okay.
This is a very affordable program.
Who's this made by?
This is Smart Photo Editor.
Smart Photo Editor.
Yeah, this is Smart
Photo. Do they have a URL?
I will find you the URL.
Okay. Yeah, we put it in the show notes too.
That's what I said.
So if you're looking for an alternative to like something instead of Photoshop Elements, maybe something that is more results oriented, I would say.
Yes.
So you want to replace the sky? We got your skies for you right here.
Okay.
So is there other stuff in there like that?
There is other stuff. If you want to say let's throw a sky in here and we'll go from there. Let's go back. I want to get a halfway realistic looking sky for what I'm using.
So you admit they have some skies that are not realistic looking.
Oh, yes. You can get down to where it looks like the whole sky's on fire. I mean, they've got all sorts of backgrounds.
Okay.
So, all right, we're just going to randomly take that one. That one's not a good choice. But Again, you can say select the area and say you want to take.
So you've got, you've got, what area do you want to select? You've got sky, subject, background, skin, water, ground, stones, metal, plants, and anything else.
Anything else.
Okay, so they kind of narrow it down to, they're kind of holding your hand as you do this, particularly, this would be good for beginners. Is there a trial version of this, or do you have to just plunk down your $40 before you get
I think
there?
there is a trial version of this.
Okay, Rhonda thinks there is, but she's not sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
The interesting thing that it has too, like if, say you have a background that you want to blur the background from your subject, they've got that where you can go in and say you didn't have that shallow depth of field. You can go in and change it by selecting it and just blurring just your background. It's like Photoshop, but it's 10 times faster.
10 times faster because there's not a learning curve?
Right. And
or
because
a lower learning curve?
There's a slower learning curve, yes.
A lower, not slower?
Lower, yes.
It's faster. It's more intuitive to learn because there's hand holding and
it's way fun.
Okay.
Like I said.
And so this is from somebody that actually knows how to use Photoshop. Rhonda says it's way fun.
It is. Well, kind of looking, you can just see, just zooming through.
So you can, once you have the sky area selected, you can have a whole bunch of choices and you can click on these thumbnails and then it shows you what it would look like with this sky, what it would look like with that sky.
You can,
And that sky, that's not much of a sky.
No, that's why I said people have done all sorts of stuff. So if whatever you want to do, whatever.
Okay. All right, so you could do some cool stuff with this, but it looks like you could do some really silly stuff with this too.
You could.
So, as is the case with any creative tool. So
that is true.
All right, let's move along.
All right.
We're stuck in.
I was having fun.
Well, I see that.
Discard that.
I see that.
All right.
But
see, all right, now look, okay.
No,
Flip back
moving. We're stuck.
Come on back to my screen. This is what happens when you close it. It says downloading community effects. So each time you close it, people that have added different community effects goes into the software.
So it keeps adding to
the programs.
To your whatever I guess like the skies or and other things.
Right.
It's okay. So it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And pretty soon it overflows your hard drive and you have to buy a new computer.
That's it.
Yeah.
But everybody needs a new computer.
Okay. Well, graphics take up some room, so
they do.
It's okay. So here's something that I discovered surfing around as I do, and this is a magic selfie camera. And you know how we like selfies.
Magic selfie camera.
Yes, this is the magic selfie camera, and this is on QZ.com for our friends at QZ, and they have come up with this. There's a little video here, and so this Let's see if I can show you down here. No, I can't show you. Let me just go ahead for those of you on video. We're going to just take a look at this video. I'm just going to run it in the background. And you see this camera is actually it's a Casio. And it's not designed to sell in this country, but it sells in Japan and China. And you can get them on eBay and even Amazon. But it is designed just to shoot selfies. It's got a little stand on it, and it's supposed to sell for about $250. But because these have been so popular in China, people have run the price up to $800 or $1,000.
Wow!
And for China, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so what this does, this selfie cam, is it sculpts the jaw, makes the jaw smaller, makes the eyes bigger, and smooths the skin tones. And some of these examples.
How funny that makes the eyes bigger.
Well, yeah, because if you look at that, makes you more attractive. You look more like a cartoon character or an anime character. I don't know. Anyway, they've done tests, and and Portrait Professional does some of this as well, which is a retouching program. But you have control over it. Here you have some control over this camera, but then it's the picture you take the selfie, and then of course it's ready to post on social media. Very handy on that. If you're interested in a selfie camera, the Casio is the one that you want. And I'll put a link to this on the website so you can watch the rest of this video. And you can take a look at the Exilim EX TR500. There's a couple of different models that they make. And if you want to get them, you have to pay because they're the hot selling camera right now.
Wow.
For selfies, especially in China and some of the other countries. All right, Rhonda.
Do you think that the selfie craze will ever go away?
No.
You don't really?
Well, because it's always been here, It's just people wanted to take pictures and pose for portraits and get pictures of their family and take pictures of where they've been. This is not new. Maybe the word selfie is, but if you remember back in the day, there was if you went to like places like Disneyland, and Kodak was promoting their cameras and their film, and so Disneyland had a whole series of places that Kodak had. It was a Kodak photo spot. Here was a spot you could take. This would be a good picture if you stood here and shot that way. You're going to get a good shot. And people pose with national monuments, and it's just. I think it's a modern version of something that's always been around.
I find it so interesting that people take more pictures of themselves anymore than anything else. Sorry.
Well, and it's so easy. It's so easy to do.
I dodge the camera. People take pictures. I'm dodging the camera. I don't want my picture
and
taken.
Here you are on it's a good thing you're on this video then, because nobody will see this.
I know. Well, this was your fault, not mine.
Well,
Jay says, I know what we should do. We should do a podcast. So
and a
lured
podcast,
me in first with the Just Vocal podcast, and then now here we are.
Well, and a podcast, of course, is audio only, and there's times when you just want the audio. But since we're talking about such a visual
that's true
subject,
you need to see what we're looking at.
And because, because it's the technology is there. We can do it, now. You can make video very inexpensively, and you can host them on YouTube, and it's a matter of you can watch what you want, you can fast forward. I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Well, you know what time it is.
No. Yeah. We did it again. Will we ever get through all of our stuff ever?
Apparently not.
I don't think
Apparently not. I figured we could get through maybe, some days we do. Some days we just fire through the products and, like, hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. But now the last 2 weeks, we've just been mired down with details and.
Well, that is part of it, though.
Okay. It's all right, people.
All right.
We're not gonna talk to you again until next week.
Okay.
So unless you keep playing the podcast over and over again.
Unless you call us.
Or listen to
Call Jay.
Well, no, actually Rhonda's probably the one that answers your phone most often. You could email me, but I don't respond very well to calling. I always think it's a solicitor. I'm not buying that. Who's calling me? Who's got my number?
Yeah, it's not me.
No. It's Rhonda. Nah, it's not really Rhonda. All right, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful week.
See ya.
And we'll talk to you when, Rhonda?
Next week.
Oh, next week. Yeah,
Next week.
okay. And
we'll be here.
What day?
Monday.
Monday it is.
Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
See y'all then. I said it
Bye.
first. Okay, bye.
You've been listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast. Sign up for our mailing list at coolphototools.com. Got a question? Send an email or MP3 audio file to info@coolphototools.com. Thanks for listening.